open debate. And thank you, Mr. Secretary General, President Sirleaf, and President of the IFRC for your comprehensive briefs. This is the first time that a Maldivian president is addressing the Security Council in the 59 years since we have been a UN member. I came to speak to you because I felt it is important to personally convey to the Security Council a message from the Maldivian people about the immense responsibility that the Council holds in maintaining global peace and security, about the immense hope with which that the people of the world look up to the Council, and about the immense failure of this Council in giving hope to the hopeless and salvation to the suffering. Global mistrust in the multilateral system continues to grow, and that is largely because of the ineffectiveness in inaction of the Council. We sit here today while a genocide unfolds under the nose of a Security Council unwilling to uphold international law and put an end to it. On the 16th of November last year, 36 UN special rapporteurs and experts referred to a genocide in the making in Gaza. They were designated experts by this organization, the UN. In July of this year, the International Court of Justice found that Israel's occupation of Palestinian territory is illegal, that Israel must evacuate settlements and pay reparation to Palestinians. Members of this council are expected to work to enforce findings by the UN's own principal judicial organ. This organization must listen to its own voices. The people of the world are listening. The people of the world are watching. In May, the prosecutor of the International Criminal Court sought arrest warrants in relation to the war in Gaza. The world expects Security Council members to support the process of justice and not to do anything to undermine it. It was member states of this council who established the principles, institutions, and architecture of a rule-based order, a world order based on justice. That architecture is now crumbling under the rubble of destroyed homes, hospitals, and schools, disintegrating under the weight of the bodies of innocent civilians in Gaza and Lebanon. An architecture decaying, stained with the blood of those whose very existence is supposed to be a symbol of a civilized world order, from aid workers to UN staff to journalists from Palestine, Lebanon, and Al Jazeera, who Israel has killed or closed their offices while they risk everything to ensure we don't all return to a world where children and babies die in silence, perish in darkness. Powerful members of this council, is this really the world you want us to lead into? Powerful members of this council, is this really the example you want to set for others? Powerful members of this council, do you really want to undermine the foundations of global order that you have built? The decline in trust in the Security Council is rooted in the lack of equal representation, accountability, and transparency. It's fueled by the Council's selective intervention in maintaining security for some, but not for others. We need change, and we need it now. The Security Council must become more representative. Its composition is archaic and outdated, out of touch with the realities of UN membership today. For example, small island developing states are 1/5 of UN membership. Our voices matter. Our perspectives matter. Our wealth of experience in conflict resolution, rooted in our traditions of community and cooperation, matter. We deserve a seat at the table. A permanent rotating seat for seats will be a historic step towards equitable representation. So, will the efforts to address the historic injustice towards Africa in the Council, which we wholeheartedly support? An inclusive and representative Council will be a more effective Council. An effective Council will also practice what it preaches. The Council cannot expect democracy and accountability in UN member states without practicing the same in the Council. We know the solution. It requires courage and a strong will. We must abolish the veto. The veto continues to paralyze the Council from stopping Israel's genocidal war against the Palestinian people. The veto has allowed Israel to continue with impunity in practicing brutal occupation and risking regional security. The veto continues to enable the massacre of innocent people. So let us kill the veto. Let us also bring an end to the ineffective intergovernmental negotiations that have not produced a result for more than 15 years. Let us start fresh, with renewed hope and fresh resolve. Let us start a new intergovernmental process with text-based negotiations. I urge the new President of the General Assembly to conclude the process before the end of the 79th session. The Council must also accept and address the implications of non-traditional security threats. The link between climate change and conflict is clear. Pandemics and disasters have proven to be devastating on a global scale. Lack of water and depletion of other natural resources are already creating chaos. As we witnessed in Lebanon a few days ago, technology has advanced to a stage that detonating devices in your own pockets remotely is now a reality. If the Security Council is not more flexible and agile in effectively responding to these new and emerging threats, it runs the risk of being buried in the dust. As countries take matters into their own hands, it will lead to more chaos and more conflict. To address this, the Council must listen to the people it serves, experts, civil society, regional bodies, and individuals. I call for the establishment of a mechanism where people can provide the Council with innovative and real-time solutions. Let us trust the people we are elected to serve so that they too will trust us again. Madam President, the Maldives is a small country, but we are a proud member of the UN. As our first act after regaining our independence 59 years ago, we requested to join the UN. We have always placed our faith in the multilateral system and the United Nations. As a guarantor of our sovereignty, of our equality, we are not questioning the value of the UN. But because the Security Council acts on our behalf and we are obliged to accept and carry out decisions by the Council, we have a right to question its work and its methods. Talk is cheap. We deserve better than empty rhetoric and half-hearted gestures. We demand better. I thank you.
I thank His Excellency, Mr. Muizu, for his